We are now 6 months from the election. The president recently predicted he would win in a landslide. You were reportedly on a call where the president was presented with worrisome polling data based on his handling of the coronavirus and the economic crisis. 2 polls last week found the president trailing Biden in Pennsylvania and Florida. Are you concerned that the pandemic threatens the president's reelection message?
You know, I don't really rely on polling this far out. As you know, Martha, the polling's going to fluctuate, and we all know the polling today is not going to be what we see on November 3rd. And you know who knows that better than anybody? Hillary Clinton. The polling was historically inaccurate in the 2016 race. What we have seen consistently, though, is voters approve of the president's handling of the economy heading into this pandemic, and they recognize that he's going to be the leader to restore the economy coming out of this. He did it once with 7 million new jobs, record low unemployment, and they trust him as the leader who's going to get these jobs back and get our economy humming again as we come out of this crisis, which he's leading us through.
You have all these states starting to open up with the possibility that the infection rate could increase. Obviously, the health of Americans is concerning, but what would that do to President Trump's reelection chances?
I think everyone in this country right now is rooting for the president and our leaders, our governors across the country to be successful in fighting this virus. We want to make sure that the health and safety of the American people is first and foremost, but we also want to see our economy start opening up again, and it's that balancing act. And you've seen this unprecedented partnership with the president and governors across the country, and that's what we're focused on. And I think the American people recognize what a strong leader he has been through this unprecedented crisis.
Let me ask you, was President Trump upset about those polling numbers that were presented to him?
The president is always optimistic. He feels very good about where he stands. He's had record approval with the Republican Party. You just saw the Gallup poll that's incredibly high, and you're seeing these strong economic numbers. And we've seen Joe Biden hiding. He hasn't been vetted. People haven't seen the 2020 version of Joe Biden, who's shifted so far left on many of his policies. And then this week we've seen him really be challenged for the first time in 5 weeks on allegations that many in the media have ignored, and finally those are coming to light.
Well, I know we here at ABC have not ignored, and many in the media have not ignored it, but I want to turn to those accusations. You put out an attack ad against Joe Biden, but the president has also been accused of sexual harassment, sexual misconduct, sexual assault by more than a dozen women. And in a radio interview on Thursday, President Trump said, while Tara Reade, the accuser, sounds credible, I would just say to Joe Biden, just go out and fight it, adding, I guess in a way you could say I'm sticking up for him. Is he sticking up for Joe Biden? And how far will you go with these attack ads?
I'm going to take issue with the media ignoring this. It has been appalling, the hypocrisy as to how Brett Kavanaugh was treated versus Joe Biden. Brett Kavanaugh, every accuser was put on TV. It was wall-to-wall coverage. They went into his high school yearbook. They said he needed an FBI investigation. Michael Avenatti was on TV accusing him of gang rape from an accuser who'd never even met Brett Kavanaugh. And then you go to Joe Biden. 5 weeks of silence, 19 interviews without a single question. He won't let people go into his records in the University of Delaware. They're calling on the DNC to do the investigation. It went from me too, me too, me too, to move on, move on, move on in a nanosecond because he's a Democrat. And the hypocrisy is appalling, and it's not just from the Democrats, it's from the media. And I'll tell you, I think any outlet that conducted those 19 interviews and didn't ask a single question should be disqualified from conducting any part of a presidential debate.
So why did the president say he was, in a way, sticking up for him?
Because due process and the presumption of innocence has no longer been the standard in this country when it comes to Republicans. And now Democrats are suddenly embracing those legal standards that we have made the cornerstone of our country when it comes to Joe Biden. But they threw it out the window when it came to Brett Kavanaugh, and so did the media. And the hypocrisy has been appalling, and we need to do some self-reflection as to how Kavanaugh was treated versus how Biden's being treated right now.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.